Universities can be very strange places to work. A buddy's just handed this box over to me. 3 or 4 of these were found sat in a cupboard, never opened. Never opened. When these came out, when these were new, when these were a thing, this was something I really, really wanted to get my hands on. I had a lot of ideas. I really, really wanted to try it out, work out how I could use it for teaching and other things, and they were too expensive. They're like £3,500 each. And the other problem is that the software for these, making something for these can be a bit of a pain. You need to work with Microsoft to build your applications and build your software. So that was the other thing that put me off, was I got to build my own stuff, so the time and then the cost. And now I've got one for free. I don't know whether to open it up or just leave it on my shelf. What am I going to do with this? I've been derailed. I am really busy. I've got an external examiner meeting next week I'm preparing for. I'm trying to write that paper. I've got loads of students seeing me because we're in between exams. We're in exams. I'm so busy right now that I have been derailed by this box. We'll maybe just open it and have a look, right? We'll just have a look. Look, it's boxed and in the cellophane. Why couldn't I have had this like 4 or 5 years ago? Oh. Wow. Oh, smell of new electronics. So, wow, you can see the in Cluj. One of the questions was about innovation in the future of anatomy. You know, have we run out of things to innovate? And my answer was no. I want stereoscopic 3D augmented reality for everybody, and shared augmented reality, so that we have not something as big as this. Oh, it's so cool. I'm such a nerd. But you know, something a little bit neater, like we're envisaging these might become one day. So you've got stereoscopic, you've got a 3D thing in front of you on the bench, and a group of us can work together with that 3D thing in the bench. Maybe I can label it like I do with my videos, but that stereoscopic nature of anatomy, that 3D nature, makes it so much quicker to learn and so much deeper. And we also love using things like Complete Anatomy, Invisible Body and Zygote Body, those CG apps. There's so much anatomy in those CG apps to view, right? And so much information to get in such a natural way. We will be blending that with augmented reality in the future. And this was one of those things that showed me that that's the future. Fingers crossed. How do you switch it on? Right, I've really got to go and do some proper work. I can't play with this now. On press. So if it's been sat in a cupboard for God knows how many years. No, the battery is completely dead. I shall charge it and do some work. You might not see this again because I've really got to do some work. Okay, we've got 2 bars of charge now. Let's try again. Poor battery's had a long time in a box. Okay. Okay, sound. Ah, ooh. I love VR and augmented reality. There are there are spinny holographic things, and they're three-dimensional. Okay, and it's asking me to push a button. So it's recognising where my finger is in space, and I push the button, get a little bit of a sound cue to say that I pushed the button. Oh, there's a hummingbird. There's a hummingbird. Oh, it's right. It's you're not going to land on my finger. You're going to land on my finger. That's beautiful. Okay, so there is a limited field of view, but I'm not noticing it at first because it's right in front of me. Wow. That's so cool. You're just getting a sense of the flickering there. Can't really see the image. It's pretty bright. It's doing a great job of the finger recognition. So of course this was £3,500 when it came out in 2019. The Apple Vision Pro was the same price when it came out this year. Yeah, it's so I've got a menu now. Choose my language. Very accurate with my finger presses.
I'm here to help you get set up.
Cortana, I've missed you. So obviously only part of my eyes are covered by two displays. There's not like a clear edge as to where the hologram is. It's not like there's clearly a screen in front of my face. It's just that I can see the world, and there are things floating in the world. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Microsoft have given up on HoloLens, haven't they? They've dumped this now. But I am already thinking of uses for this. At the very least, you can work with 3D objects in here. And of course, I do a lot of 3D printing, so I can, when I'm about to print something, or if I'm putting a model together, or if I'm working with anatomy structures that I'm putting together to build a model, I can do that stereoscopically, which gives me a sense of scale and what have you, and depth. If I can edit models in that way, that would be great, because it's really hard to edit models on a flat screen. And there are people have used these to teach anatomy, but I'm not sure what software is available. But I will have a play. But at the very least, it is demonstrating to me how augmented reality could work in the future and how we might use it, and some of its problems and some of its advantages. This is a very light headset, by the way, compared to VR headsets that I wear. Right. Anyway, this is going to wreck my time management. Connect. Somebody got new boots. It's Kim's birthday, so what did Kim want to do on her birthday? She wanted to go to Folly Farm, because we haven't been since Jack was
tiny.
half this size.
I don't even remember.
Visiting zoos and stuff means I get to do some biology. I also like animals.
They eat 3 times a day.
The age-old question is whether zoos and places like this are good or not, but Folly Farm, most places like this, they're for kids, right? And kids can't help but be educated, learn about all these animals. Like this kid is enjoying seeing all the animals.
I'm not a kid anymore. But no, I mean,
I think education's a big part of it. I think it's an important part of it.
It is, but
seeing them for real is different to seeing them on TV.
I mean, people talk about the ethics of zoos and stuff like all the time, but seeing them in a place like this actually makes you realise, like, you kind of wish you could see them in the wild, right?
Yeah.
Come on, get
Are you having a good time?
Yes, I'm loving it. Best birthday.
It's good.
So the physiology is really cool, right? There's a whole bunch of cool giraffe facts, like they've got 7 cervical vertebrae, just like humans have. Shows you how we're all built from the same pattern. We've all evolved from the same ancestor. Which means, like I say, the current laryngeal nerve thing is fun as well. If you think about the length of the blood vessels going from the heart, which is in the chest, up to the head, you've already got one problem in that you've got to generate a lot of pressure to drive that blood up to the skull and into the skull to the brain, right? So you've got really high pressure blood, but then imagine what happens when you put your head down to the ground. So then suddenly you've got that really high, you got to adapt the pressure really quickly so your brain doesn't explode from the super high pressure of blood. It's giraffe physiology is nuts. More fun giraffe facts. In terms of evolution, so the Lamarckian theory of evolution was that an animal would, get better at something, get better, get stronger, get a longer neck so as to be able to survive better, and then pass on to its offspring those traits which it had improved in itself. That's the giraffe one. And that, of course, is not the correct theory. Well, that theory didn't hold out. Evolution, as we know it now, is random mutations, if they confer an advantage to reproductive survival or, survival in general, then they get passed on. That was it, Lamarckian, Lamarck. So the theory was that giraffes had evolved the advantage of reaching up to high trees. The giraffes with longer necks could get more food from trees, and that would confer a survival advantage, but it was a random mutation. That then has changed to the modern thinking, is that giraffes actually use their necks. So male giraffes bash each other with their necks in a display of dominance, as a form of battle to get the rights to mate with a female, right? That's the current thinking. And my point being that science is open to change based on new evidence and new ideas and new hypotheses, right? Giraffes.
It's amazing. Yeah. Oh, they're just gorgeous, aren't they?
Don't trust me on my giraffe facts. I know the vertebrae, I know the recurrent laryngeal nerve, I know the pressures thing. The other bit is a bit loose, but...
They're purple tongues, I know that much.
Yes, that's another good giraffe fact. They do have purple tongues. Can you remember why?
I was going to say why.
I can't remember
No,
why either.
I can't remember.
I'll look it up for next time.
I was
But
trying to remember when I was looking, I was thinking, got purple tongue. Why is that? I can't remember.
it's like a black... Anyway. It's enough, isn't it, just to be really interested in and enjoy stuff like that.
Oh, they're so
Animal
close
bodies.
as well.
So cool.
They are amazing.
It's very expensive here.